Okay, hi again. This is my last video, and in this part, I will talk about the parts. So how we organize our work, and obviously, you don't need to follow it. It's all up to you, and whatever works best for you. Like to maybe add some, just like, let's say, tips. I think some of the things we did worked. Maybe there are some ways that were more efficient. Start with planning. Um, okay. So this is how we structured our planning. Oh, great. Okay, it works. Okay. So this is our planning. We just use simple Excel sheet in which, as I mentioned before, planning ahead is very, very important. So of course, during the transition weekend, you would try to plan out more or less your events. Of course, it will change a lot, but it's really good to um, or to just think about where there is more time. You also have to think about exams weeks when you will be busy yourself as well, where other people will be busy, holidays and etc. Dates, events, some other things. Though we didn't use it as much, but it was more like an overarching calendar, I would say. Um, then I want to talk about the events that um, kind of I was, let's say, main responsible for that. Um, for example, the event on let's say um, yeah, so let's say, for example, the Vienna Smart Green Symposium. How I get into contact is that I received an email from Andre, from like PowerWeb, and then I contacted Paul Smith, just asking about the symposium, whether we can get the pass there and everything, and it was a success. For example, for the Eco Runner Tour, I contacted the Dream Hall, and that was easy because I already had the contact. But for example, in general, how I started working in Energy Club is to go through all the contact list from the previous years, because there was like a list of the contacts, and also with email address and everything. That's what I did. I just took the contacts. I mentioned them. I emailed them again, asking that the last year they've been contacted and we want to do it again. But what I found is that a lot of times I either did not receive any response, um, or um, or the contact was outdated, or people would say they don't work there anymore, or things like that. So I found it very frustrating, and that's why I wanted to show you Trello, which we were like kind of using, but because it was new, so it was not very um, maintained that well. Um, we will share the Tilde of Energy Club contacts with you. But basically, what you can do is to you can also use it for the project management, but it's also very good for contacts. Why? Because here you can create different tabs in which you just which you just write the companies that you contacted, and also because we were all kind of working very independently, it could have happened that we could both, let's say, contact the same organization, and then it's not very, let's say, professional. Also, it kind of shows to the others that what type of companies you were contacting and where you are in. So, for example, here on the left side we have ideas of different organizations. So I had quite a lot of ideas to contact different professors. um, then we have a tab of in progress. So once we, let's say, already contacted them, and we are, for example, waiting for organization, um, then here we have something ongoing. So it's something that is already been settled and is going to happen. Then this is something that is closed, so it's the after event. And then here we have some non-response. And for example, let's say here I have Energy Academy Europe. I hope you can see it. Yeah, you can. Okay, so here this is a tab. This is me labeled as I was the main person to contact them. We have different labels. For example, organizations in TU Delft, professors, state industry universities, description of the main contact. So who is the person, the email address, what was the event. Here I also wrote the correspondence with them. So it's all up to you. You can put a lot of things. What you can do, so for example, this is already done. So we move this to the close one. So this is already done. You can also be a little bit more, um, let's say, elaborate. So the good thing about this is that you can also, I don't know if you have a, if there's any tab with contacts. For example, here I contacted the Be Involved Smart Grid game. Here we have the contact. Here I could attach the info sheet about it so you can read about it. Um, and then here you have, for example, as of February, the tariff was €50 per person. And then here you also have the most updated thing. So you can always share the email correspondence and you can use it. Usually the contact is a bit more smooth if you can, for example, use the same information as it was last time. So in this way, you can really keep track. And I think if you will be also using Trello and putting more organizations, then this can expand. And this is like the real can really grow, because if you have all these Excel sheets or all these documents, you share them over, but they are very rarely updated. You don't really see the dates. You don't know what's happening there. Here you can really just write a lot of things. Also a lot of comments. There could be more people writing comments here as well. So yeah, as you can see here, we have few people writing comments here. Okay, so this is about Trello. I think this is really good tool to keep track of the contact.